Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the SP404 Mark II, where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. This is session 12.8, and today, instead of kind of going over the 404 and the SX, I got the 404 here. I know I did that last time, but these devices are very similar, so I want to kind of show you a couple differences. Now, first up, some people think that the final SIM is gone on the SX. That's not true. It has just moved into the MFX section. And where is it here? Right there, number 16, and has been replaced with DJ Looper. So basically, DJ Looper came off of the MFX, and it is now its own button, and then Vinyl SIM is set up as its own thing down here. And again, I've got the 404 here. You can see Vinyl SIM here, and DJFX is on here as MFX24. So that's cool. It's got the same amount of effects, just they kind of moved things around a little bit. Nothing too crazy there. The big thing that you'll notice on the 404 SX is it is faster at loading and saving, especially to your memory card. It uses SD instead of a compact flash that just the base 404 uses. But other than that, it's very similar. Now, normally what I've been doing in these, as I've been kind of working through session 12, has been showing you how to do some MIDI control and things. And instead, I just want to point out a few things that are, I guess, differences, maybe unfortunate differences. But whereas on the 202 and on the 303, you were able to use your pads from the mk2, that isn't the case exactly anymore. If I've got the MIDI out here, and you can see I'm hitting a lot of these pads, nothing's happening. But if I didn't load up all the samples on the 404 SX that I did on the 202, 303, and 404 just because they're very similar. But you can see I'm triggering pad 8 here is triggering pad 1. So I can get at a few of the sounds, basically 4, but I haven't figured out a way to get the 404 Mark II to actually reference anything else. And really, I guess the way that you kind of have to go about doing this is, you can change the MIDI channel by kind of like the 202, and I think the 303 does this as well. You just hold down whatever, but we power it off, hold down whatever MIDI bank you want to assign. So it maps 1, 2, 3, 4 through 12. Then you've got 13, 14, and 15. Because there's more pads and more banks on the 404 SX, it actually uses 2 MIDI channels to get at the sub banks and stuff. So just a few things to be aware of. But I'm just going to say, out of the box and without any changes to the 404 Mark II to have a MIDI output mode where it can address all of the pads on the 404 or the 404 SX, this isn't really a great box to use pattern sequencing from the Mark II to do pattern sequencing on the 404 or 404 SX. So you're going to want to use probably the internal sequencer, or just kind of use your pads to trigger one-shots if you're planning on using it that way. So, and I think both are still valid for doing that. But as I said, I just wanted to point out, that these two are very similar. So you're not missing out on much. I think the sounds on the algorithms might be slightly different, but by and large, the way that the 404 and the SX both work is very consistent. Anyway, I guess that's kind of all I have for today, because I know for the 202 and the 303 is kind of showing you how to trigger things. Since you can only trigger the first 4 pads that I've been able to figure out so far, I don't know. I guess I find both of these kind of a wash for that use case. And I think I might be down to just doing one more video to kind of show using the at 404 or SX as an end of chain effect and kind of what that does or sounds like. So anyway, that's it for today, everybody. Keep jamming, keep making some beats, and have a great one. Bye-bye.